Hey, September 17th, 2015. Welcome back to Cinema Cycle. Today, early morning, we are going to be seeing a streaming video from the random media generator, a Japanese film known as Late Autumn, from a director named Ozo, who is supposed to be rather famous. I've seen one of his films before, Tokyo Story, in black and white. This is color, dating from the early 1960s. Once again, a lot of subtitles. Interesting picture, more so for the view of Japanese culture back in the 1960s. Very misogynistic, very structured. Women are very compliant. They even smile when they're upset and they're talking because they're taught to always be nice toward men. And the whole movie centers around trying to marry off a woman. And they're talking about sending resumes back and forth and pictures and approving of certain young gentlemen. And foreign, not so much in nationality or anything, just foreign in concept that people actually did this and probably still do in certain parts of the world where there is a very rigid structure to relationships and marriage and children. It's not just something you do. You don't just fall in love. Love is not even mentioned here. It's all a matter of whose family do you marry, and is this a good person, and it's time for you to get married. You need to move out. You need to have children, that kind of thing. And they all seem so happy about it. You know? There's never any tension, it seems. And if it is, it's very low-key. There's something else about Japanese cinema that I've noticed watching numerous ones, especially ones that are more modern, that take place in the modern era as opposed to samurai films. And that is, whenever you have a static shot, they always place the camera extremely low, like usually 2 to 3 feet off the ground, and you're always looking up at people. When they're walking down hallways, when you're in somebody's house, you're always low to the ground. And you never see any shot where you're looking down on something, down on a person. You know, maybe you might on a landscape when you're looking at a city, but it shows something about the mindset of this culture and how they view the way things work and how people are perceived. You know, it's just a little unnerving watching this, that when the women are speaking, especially to each other, but also to men, they'll be talking about something very serious or very almost depressing or something, but they're still smiling. Like, I'm sorry, I remember when your father died. It was a wonderful day. The sun was shining. You know, it's like, they're always like, kind of put on this proper, facade, even in private. You can't imagine them laughing or crying or being emotional. It's a very emotionless society. Emotion is there, but it's just very low key. So what this basically is a very subtle clash of culture film. Culture as in old guard, youth movement kind of thing, where the young people don't really want to adhere to the rigid structure and the arranged marriages of the older generation. But it's, like I say, very subtle. And the younger generation is still very respectful of the older generation. But it's like, no, I'm not going to do what you want, but I'm going to tell you with a smile on my face and be very polite about it.